Next, we're going to start on video number 4. We're going to talk about what are your legal protections when you're transferring money electronically, because that's how we operate today. So this is really important information. So basically, electronic money management happens whenever you do transactions without paper documents. Back before we had the computer, and yes, I can talk about the good old days, we had a lot, everything was done on paper. You had to go to the bank to do anything. That's not how things happen now. Everything's done electronically. And so you have to be very careful about making sure that when you transfer money, you're transferring it to the right account, to the person you know, and making sure vice versa, when they're paying you what they're supposed to. What happens now is we have a plastic card. Everybody has a card. Nobody carries cash. Whether it's your ATM card or debit card, which is the same thing, prepaid card, whatever, but we use plastic now. Everybody does. And so money management, electronic money management, actually happens when we're using plastic. Okay, here's some more examples of plastic. EBT card, key fobs, smart cards, credit cards. All of these are understanding. These are how we deal with. So what happens if something happens to one of your cards? You need to understand what is your liability if you have a stolen debit card or lost card, or someone compromised your numbers. Okay, so every institution is different, but by law, electronically, here are what you're limited to. $50 if the institution is notified of the loss within 2 business days. Well, what if you don't check your account but once a week and you found out it happened 5 days ago? But it's also limited to $50. So basically, you can't be responsible for more than $50 if it happened between whenever it happened up to 59 days. Okay. After that, shame on you for not looking at your account. Shame on you for not watching your account on a regular basis. I personally am OCD about my money. I check my bank accounts 3 times a day sometimes, especially if I'm using a lot of debit transactions or using my ATM card a lot. Okay, so all of this is you need to make sure that you're with an institution, a credible institution that actually has laws about that. And some of these that are popping up online and stuff and offering you these great deals may not have the same legal laws for stolen credit cards or stolen ATM cards. Okay, so if you're going to dispute anything, you need to do it right away. Usually we call the institution, they'll send us the paper, we'll sign it or something, or generate it, but you need to call. You need to call the bank, the credit card company, or whoever it is, and get something going so that you know that they know that you didn't do that transaction. Okay, a couple more slides here. Here's what you need to do if there's an error. If you find an error, you need to notify them. And you need to provide customer. This is what the institution should be do when this happens. Okay, so remember, we use our cards all the time. You do not have to lose a credit card for people to steal your number. It can happen automatically. It can happen at an ATM. It can happen so many ways. Make sure you watch your bank account on a regular basis, at least 3-4 times a week. Make sure that you don't share your credit card information. Make sure you don't text your credit card information to anybody over the phone. Hopefully you've never been exposed to this, but so many people have, and you need to notify the bank right away. So this is the end of video 4 for chapter 5.